Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Rightway here with the president, the CEO, the founder, the big boss man, Tony Khan. Tony, welcome to Dallas.
Thank you for having me.
Thank
It's
you.
great to be here in Dallas.
And also, we are here for the All In Texas pre-sale. The tickets are now on sale, so guys, go get your tickets. Fill this joint up. Let's show people what we can do here at AEW, here in Dallas. This is going to be amazing. Tony, one question I always ask: whenever I see you, you got this great, this lovable energy, but also too, you have like this great cup of coffee. So, what is your coffee of choice?
Black coffee, just whatever I can get. It doesn't matter if I could go anywhere. I'll go to McDonald's, Starbucks,
Really?
Dunkin' Donuts, anywhere.
McDonald's coffee? It's got to be black.
Yeah.
What is your favorite? You just don't care, just black.
Just black coffee. Whether I'll get it from pretty much anywhere. A lot of times from the machine at work.
Okay.
So
that is awesome.
Yeah.
I always wanted to ask you that because every time I see your press come, Tony has coffee. I'm a coffee person too, and I like, man, Tony be on his coffee. I said, it's amazing.
Hotel rooms across America and all over the world. Hotel rooms all over the world. So, no, I'm a big coffee guy, and it's great to be here to talk wrestling with you. You said you've been looking forward to talking wrestling with me for a while, so it's fun.
I want to know how did you fall in love? When did the moment you fell in love with pro wrestling?
Well, it's interesting. I've talked about the way I got started watching wrestling before, and for anyone who, probably most people wouldn't know this, but I've done a lot of interviews over the years, and I started watching wrestling because I was a big TV kid. I had a TV in my room when I was a kid, and I grew up watching TV whenever I could, and I learned a lot from it. I read books, but I watched a lot of TV. And, for me, I watched the A-Team as a kid, and one of my favorite shows was G.I. Joe. And on G.I. Joe, the host, and he was a cartoon character in the show, but he was also the live-action host, a voice actor. He did the wraparounds with Sergeant Slaughter.
Yes, we all know Slaughter, yeah.
And then Hulk Hogan was on the A-Team playing himself. In hindsight, not very plausible that Hulk Hogan and Mr. T were in Vietnam together.
But as a kid, we believed that.
Yeah, it was like, the timeline didn't really add up in hindsight. They were too young, Mr. T and Hulk Hogan, to have been in Vietnam. But
they was best friends, but
Yeah, BA and Hulk Hogan, they went to Nam and with Colonel Peck and all the guys. But it's great, and with Templeton Peck, it's great. For me, that we have AEW fans from all over the world, and with 150 countries watching pro wrestling, there's so many different ways to start watching it. And for me, that's how I first found wrestling, and then I really fell in love with it as soon as I watched it, from like the first matches, the first episodes, and I started watching it on different channels. Within the first year, I'd watched different companies. And one of the first places I ever watched wrestling was on TBS, and my first favorite wrestler there was Sting.
Remember back in the day, they had the green. This was I remember about WCW back in the day and TBS. I remember that studio show with the flags hanging and the green I never saw a green wrestling ring, like the aprons. I was like, what is this? And I was able to dark. It was smoky, but it was like, oh, this is great. And then I had this uncle. He always come, oh, you don't like, why you like that? I said, leave me alone. Let me watch this. I love wrestling. And then I'm getting goosebumps thinking about that moment. It was just sitting in my grandma's house on the TV trying to get that station. Because in Arkansas, where I'm from, it came on at different times. And it came right on after Saturday morning cartoons. And I was like, oh, I gotta see it. And yes, Sting, the Road Warriors, Flair. I mean, just the sound from that studio, it still brings me joy. I love that. And that's what kind of AEW reminds me of too. So 5 years celebrating AEW. Now you guys are on Max, if you didn't know. And now you're bringing the biggest show in AEW to global. This place next year is going to be rocking. And what made you get your decision to bring it to Texas?
Well, so many of my favorite AEW shows for TV have been around Texas, but we've never done a pay-per-view here. We've always wanted to, and I always wanted to bring a major AEW event to this great state of Texas. And I always thought it would be really cool to do a stadium show here, and the fans around Texas, and in particular here around Dallas, have been tremendous, but we've had great crowds around Austin, Houston, San Antonio. There's great fans all over Texas, but right here around Dallas, we've had some of our best shows in Arlington and Garland, and we're here in Arlington. And 2 out of the 3 FTR versus Briscoe brothers matches were here around the Dallas Metroplex, and in particular, the final of the trilogy, the double dog collar match, Briscoes versus FTR, was here in this great city of Arlington. There's so many great wrestling venues around the Dallas Metroplex, but here around Arlington, that's probably one of my favorite wrestling memories, maybe my favorite. And I have to say that that's one of the reasons I wanted to bring AEW All In to Texas and to Arlington, and in particular Globe Life Field, which is just such a unique venue as we see these kids playing ball out here. It's so fun, and I just love seeing families having fun, and that's what we're looking at right now. And we're going to see families and fans and people from all over the world having a great time here in Texas at AEW All In.
And you just had one of the biggest pay-per-views, the last one. You had Big Boom and AJ, and you probably hear them giving the boom back there. You hear it right now.
Right there.
How important is that to bring in new audience and stuff? Because we know, like, wrestling fans, we're going to show up. But the trick is to get the people who haven't, as you said yourself, you're a challenger brand, a great challenger brand, and how to get new people in. What is the strategy? Was that one of the strategies to bring in brand new people to AEW and sample the product?
Well, it was actually QT Marshall was one of the people who had the idea to wrestle Big Boom AJ, and it was something that got me really interested because Big Boom AJ is a pro wrestler. He's somebody who's been through the pro wrestling business, has wrestled on the independents 20 years ago. Big Boom AJ was in Ohio Valley Wrestling.
And you hear him over
and you hear him still with his wrestling instincts, and he's raised a great wrestling family. I love hanging out with Big Boom AJ and Big Justice. The whole family is wonderful. And they have a great show business family, but it's a real family, and that's what makes it so special is the authenticity, is the positivity. It's that they are always so happy to be together, and they have a connection as a family that I think a lot of people can relate to and a lot of people aspire to, and it's just really nice to see. So I love working with them, and every experience I've had with Big Boom AJ and Big Justice has been excellent, and absolutely Big Boom AJ being undefeated in AEW as a wrestler,
there you go.
It's one of those things, and I thought it was a great idea, and it worked out very well. It didn't work out as well for QT. He got power boomed.
And he also got speared.
Yeah, he got speared, and Big Justice played his big part too. It was great to have the Rizzler involved, but I love what Big Justice and Big Boom AJ bring to AEW, and they're really great people to work with and just really fun people behind the scenes.
And also on this channel, Tony, we talk about wrestling, we talk about video games also, but you had a really good first release with AEW Fight Forever, and it's still going download and stuff. Is there a plan to explore the consoles again for more video games in the future? And do you think how long before you may see a brand new AEW product game on the shelves?
Well, it's a great question. I think it was a great experience for us, and now it's going to be something for AEW as a multimedia conglomerate, a worldwide corporation. Definitely, it was a great first entry with AEW Fight Forever, and people can still play AEW Fight Forever all over the world. And I think eventually, absolutely, we'll keep putting AEW games into the world. But right now, we're fully supporting that, and I'm excited about AEW Fight Forever. There's still more wrestlers and exciting things happening with the game, and I think there's a lot of opportunities in the world of gaming, to your point.
And also, you say we're going to be on Max starting January 1st, am I correct?
Yes, we're going to be on TBS and TNT still. We're not going anywhere. We do AEW every Wednesday on TBS with Dynamite. We have for years, and we're going to continue for years, every Wednesday on TBS and every Saturday on TNT with Collision. It's going to be TBS and TNT. Those are great homes for pro wrestling, and they're great cable channels, and AEW is going to be on cable satellite, TBS, TNT, for years to come. That's not changing. But we're also moving into the streaming world. And I think as streaming becomes a bigger and bigger part of entertainment, it's important for AEW. And it's great for Max to get We're the Best Wrestle, AEW on Max. And it's going to be awesome having our TV and pay-per-views on Max going forward. But people are going to be able to watch AEW the same great ways they've been watching AEW on TNT, TBS, pay-per-view, cable satellite, all the great things we've been doing. We're going to keep doing them. And we're going to live stream the shows, too, every Wednesday and Saturday. It's going to be great.
And also, since you were Max and HBO, that means the partnership with DC Comics. And I did see a little tease with the shirts and also the ring aprons. I'm excited. I go think there's a game called DC versus Mortal Kombat. I'm thinking like we can have a DC versus AEW like type of game or pay-per-view or something. I don't know. Just something in that vein. But how excited are you with that brand? Because that brand is a classic brand worldwide. Everybody knows DC. Everybody knows the cartoons, the movies, the characters, and just to have that under the umbrella with you guys, how important is that for AEW?
It's tremendous. I'm really glad you asked because that's a great partnership. There's great leadership at DC and Warner Brothers Discovery, and we've had this great support and buy-in from WBD, and DC is such a huge part of the business of WBD. The franchises, the characters are so important, and we're just honored that AEW has been able so far to do collaborations with DC. We're honored to be able to collaborate and be involved in any way. That is the pinnacle of the whole enchilada, and we're very fortunate that we're associated with it.
So we're gonna get a Tony Khan DC comic one day. We're gonna get Tony Khan versus who would you like to face in the DC universe, Tony Khan?
Oh wow, what a great question. In the DC universe,
if they're gonna draw you, give a Tony Khan AEW comic, who do you want to fight? Who you want to face? Who you want to go up against?
I think the Joker would be the Joker's the big draw, and there's a lot of interesting ways that that could play out. So yeah, I mean, if you could pick anybody, any rivalry to have in DC, surely it would be the Joker. But I also don't want to get in trouble for speaking the name of such an important and beloved and treasured character in the Warner Brothers Discovery family, because that is huge IP, and that I hope I shan't utter the name, because it's such a major character. And to be honest, AEW, like I said, we're very blessed that we're able to be involved in so many different ways. TBS, TNT, now Max, and some collaborations we've had with DC Comics have been really special for us. So anything we could ever do to be involved with them in any way is really, really great for us.
And Tony, I want to say, closing out, thank you so much for AEW, because really, seriously, no matter what people say online or whatever, we don't care. But no, you give the wrestling world just something great. I mean, it's like a peace of mind. It's a happy place. You employ so many people. You give people opportunities, and you don't get your flowers enough. And I want to say, just seriously.
Well, thank you.
No problem.
That's really kind.
And thank you so much. Keep doing your thing. Keep your head forward. Don't listen to the haters, but I know how you know how to handle them.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that very much. Thank you for having me, and it's great to be here. I'm very excited about these tickets being on sale for AEW All In Texas.
Oh, I can't wait.
Get your tickets now, and it's also one of the biggest weeks in AEW. Winter is coming.
And also the Continental Classic.
Continental Classic is running hot this whole week through Winter is Coming. It's going to be great shows starting this Wednesday on TBS. Don't miss Wednesday Night Dynamite this Wednesday live on TBS. Don't miss Winter is Coming across Dynamite on TNT Friday and Saturday across Rampage and Collision. It's going to be just a great, great week of AEW, and I promise you we are going to bring the very best here to Texas. AEW is going all in on All In Texas. Thanks for having me here today again.
And thank you so much. And guys, get your tickets. Always remember to do it the right way. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Right Way here, and we're with Big Boom AJ and Boom, the Big Justice, and they bring the boom. I always wanted to do that, guys. We got cookies right here. Tell us about what y'all did at Costco.
I think you're asking about the double chunk chocolate cookie.
I never had one of those. I love chocolate. How good is that cookie?
If you get to Costco and you get your double chunk chocolate cookie right out of the oven, it's a big boom.
Now, talking about the Big Boom, how did it feel to be in the ring again after so many years?
No greater feeling in the world. I talk about all the time, Mr. Right Way. There is no greater connection in the world between a wrestler and a professional wrestling audience. Yeah. And when you come out of that screen and you just look up into that audience and you feel that energy and you give that energy back, it's a big boom.
Man, and also y'all got a great hit song. We bring the boom.
boom.
That's what we do. We bring the boom. We bring the boom to you.
You can hear that song online everywhere. So
It's on the radio, TikTok radio.
I saw it's on TikTok radio.
Mr. Right Way.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to give you a little bit of a hot take right here, a little hot topic.
Hold on.
There might be an all elite wrestling remix of We Bring the Boom coming your way. That would be a big boom.
Wow, that is great. So you are now the master of the spear, my man.
I didn't do a spear.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh, you sure?
Yeah.
You saw a spear?
I think I saw a big
Don't
boom spear.
Don't tell the ref I did that.
Hey, it's too late for now. I mean,
I think if there was a spear by Big Justin, it would be pretty devastating, right?
it was devastating.
I hit a big spear and I brought the boom.
Boom!
You wrestled QT Marshall, and
Yes.
let's go back on that, man. And you did it like you said. You walking around on a broke foot, so you got
Yeah.
a wrestler's mentality.
I love pro wrestling.
We
Always
all
have.
love pro wrestling. And how did you get hooked up with AEW though?
Well, it's awesome. So I put out there once we started getting attention and we were putting everything out on social media that I love pro wrestling. It's in my heart. I want to do something in pro wrestling. And AEW reached out. And AEW, I think we know an American classic movie, made me an offer I couldn't refuse.
Yes. You know,
AEW, Mr. Right Way, I just want to tell you, so AEW reached out and said, look, we don't want to bring you to AEW. We want to bring AEW to you.
Oh, wow.
Come out to Chicago, bring your double chunk chocolate cookies, bring your Boomer Doom, bring Big Justice, and bring the boom.
Man, that was so great. And what was so great about it is like the audience loved you guys. I called it AEW's Mike Tyson moment.
Wow.
Because it's like when back in the day, Mike Tyson showed up and it just changed everything.
Right.
I think you guys got that same effect right now. It was like, people like, look at the numbers that y'all guys did. And also too, just seeing great, wholesome family content. I mean, it is great. Look at this right here. This young man right here, and you're saying like, I can't wear these shoes right here, man, but they are awesome though. But you guys just bring happiness to people, and we need more of that.
The world needs happiness right now.
Like,
the world needs happiness.
Everybody's too busy, fighting and and stuff like that.
Doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. But this is a video game channel, so do you play video games?
I love video
This
games.
guy.
All right, so what is your favorite video game?
My favorite video game is Fortnite.
Cut the camera. No. I was
I like Call of Duty too.
no, Call of Duty, Fortnite. All right.
Hey, wait a minute. While we're here at Globe Life, what about
MLB The Show.
MLB The Show brings the boom?
So, what is your favorite console to play Fortnite on?
Xbox.
You're an Xbox guy?
Xbox.
Okay, so why did you pick Xbox?
It's easier than PlayStation.
It's easier than PlayStation?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And so what is your ranking on Fortnite? You
I am Elite 56%.
Okay.
And then on Call of Duty, I don't play ranked. I play Resurgence.
You just play
But I'm
Resurgence?
level 200.
Okay, and so do you have, what else? Do you have just an Xbox? Do you have any other systems?
I have a PlayStation 5 too that I play the Spider-Man game on.
That's a good game,
That's
right?
a really good
That's a really
game.
good. Are you going to get the PlayStation Pro
Probably.
for Christmas?
Probably gonna get it for my birthday.
When's your birthday?
April 8th.
April 8th, okay.
Because they're doing a Marie thing April 4th. So I'm gonna try to get one.
Oh, okay.
And then remake.
Are you a Switch guy?
No.
You don't like the Switch?
No.
I like the Switch. I like Mario Kart.
Mario
Donkey
Kart.
Kong.
Hey, Mario Kart brings the
Boom! Hey, since this is a gaming channel, Mr. Right Way, why don't you tell them who gave you your PS5?
Oh yeah, Preston.
Preston?
plays, yeah. So we did this or that with Preston.
Okay.
And he's a big Minecrafter. He does these awesome long form videos, amazing short form videos. So it was this or that between an electric scooter or a PS5 Spider-Man edition.
Oh.
I took the PS5.
smart choice. I got the smart choice. I got the same PS5.
Mr. Right Way approves.
Yes. And also too, man, like now, me and your dad, we probably grew up with a different generation than we already know we grew up with a generation, but
Nintendo 64.
hey,
That came later.
that came later, yeah. We're talking about the Nintendo, the Sega Genesis.
We're talking 8-bit.
Now, was you an Atari guy?
I was a little after Atari, so I was wow, what was my console? It was the original Nintendo with Tyson's Punch-Out.
Mike Tyson Punch-Out.
Yeah.
And to this day, that game, you should have given him a try and see if he beat Mike Tyson.
See if he could beat Mike Tyson. Because remember how every level, you couldn't figure out how to beat it, but then once you figured out how to beat it, you got it.
I beat
Angry
Tyson.
Hippo, right? You had to hit him in the belly.
Yes, Super Macho Man.
Super Macho. You have to wait. You have to dug the uppercut. Yeah.
Oh my god. And then also too, what was it? Ball Bull when he jumped
Ball
back.
Bull. Oh, he would start. Yeah.
And he come back and you hit him like right in the stomach
Right.
too. It was just so many different things back then.
Right.
Like the original Mario Brothers. I mean, RC Pro-Am. Sonic was
Having to beat what's his name, Dr. Eggman.
that was
That's
good.
hard.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you
I
something.
played that game.
Hey, our games are much better. I'm telling you, we didn't have no save states. You had to get it done. And also too,
We couldn't Google a cheat code.
No. We had a game genie, or we had like magazines, but that didn't help.
Nah, it didn't help like today.
Those games were difficult.
These guys turn on YouTube now and they see just how to turn left or right and beat the screen. Yeah.
Y'all got it easy. Trust me, go play some NES, man. Play some original Turtles and come back and talk to me and see how you
Ninja
like.
Turtles?
Yeah, original Ninja Turtle games. Go play that. It's a game. It's a level called the water level, and I want you to play that.
Are you supposed to not your own?
You would get frustrated. That would bring the boom to you.
That would bring the boom, the doom.
The doom.
Remember Contra, up, down, left, right, BA, start.
Yeah, it's up, down, left, right, BA, start on Contra and get 30.
And then you get 30 lives.
Yeah. Do you know that cover was inspired by?
Rambo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Great cover. Yeah.
It was a iconic game, and I still hear the music in my head like the. I just love that game. And one hit kill. And you're like, really? But once you learn how to get that game,
Once you had the 30 lives, you would challenge your friends to see who could do it in the least amount of lives.
Yeah,
we had a guy that did it in 2. A kid in
really?
the neighborhood used to do it in 2. It was ridiculous.
It was just crazy with it, right? Oh man.
Yeah, we were dead a half hour ago and he was still going.
You look like you could be in Contra, man.
Let's go, bring the boom!
Well, guys, thank y'all so much for this interview, man.
Of course, it was a lot of fun.
Go ahead and follow these guys. I know y'all know who they are. I just got introduced to them through AEW. AEW All In will be here in Texas. These guys are going to be here, and they're going to be bringing the what? Boom! What's up, everybody? Mr. Wright, we're here with a large human, but a pretty kind human. This is the almighty Bobby Lashley. Bobby, welcome to Dallas. You are a new Dallas native now.
I am. I say I'm new. I've been here for a couple of years, but that is still new because Dallas is a huge city and there's a lot to explore.
How you like the traffic?
It's not bad.
It's not bad?
It's not bad because I'm unique. I always tell people this when I get into big cities. Traffic's bad when you have to drive when traffic's bad.
Yes.
I don't have to. I work out after the rush hour traffic and I come home before the rush hour traffic, so I'm never really in the middle of the traffic.
That's good. But now, you don't know, guys, Bobby Lashley has been all over the world. He won championships everywhere, TNA, WWE, and soon AEW. Yes. But one thing you probably didn't know, we got a brand new YouTuber right here. Talk about your new YouTube channel and what are you doing with it?
Hey, let's go. So there's a couple things that I got going on right now. Right now is I've been in the wrestling business. I've been in the fight business. I fought for a while. I did everything. Yeah. And no one really knows who I am. So one thing that I've been doing is I've been doing just vlogs, just kind of talking about my story moving here to Dallas and what I'm doing when I'm in Dallas. Yep. Another program that I have that I'm more excited about is called Phenoms to Legends. Okay. And what I do is I travel around the world and let's say the United States. All right. And I try to find kids that are excelling in sports. I sit down and I meet with them, talk with them, see what made them, see what motivates them, tell how they are, what the kids are about. I meet their parents, siblings. I go to practice with them and I do their sport with them.
Oh, really?
So actually here in Texas, there's 2 kids that I've actually interviewed already. Actually 3 kids that I interviewed in Texas. One kid is VJ. He's a basketball player out of Frisco. Okay. The kid is
Frisco's got a lot of great students.
This kid
a lot
is
of good
incredible.
talent.
And for me, I found out about him because my daughter is in the 8th grade now. So last year she was telling me, she was like, yeah, Dad, there's a kid that played against our team and he's dunking in the 7th grade. I said, Nate, no, he's not dunking. And we pulled this stuff up. This kid's dunking in the 7th grade. The kid is amazing. So I had to meet with him, met his family. He's an Indian kid. Wow. So I met his family, and I played one-on-one against him. Okay. Got to watch the channel to see who won. All right. Make sure my skills.
Now, if they don't know your channel, can you tell everybody your channel? We'll put the information right here so everybody can go and give you a follow.
Phenoms to Legend is my one. And my YouTube is The Real Bobby Lashley, right? Is that what we changed it to? The real Bobby Lashley.
real Bobby Lashley.
And that's where I'm gonna just kind of do a little bit of everything, man. I'm all over the place. I like to have fun. I've been doing a burger challenge. I've been going around checking out everything that's going on in Dallas.
Okay.
I'll do some reviews, everything, man. It's just gonna be just open up my life a little bit to my fans and everybody that knows me.
And if y'all haven't seen the first episode, this man bought a $7 million, well, I ain't gonna say no, he bought an RV. This thing is nice. I'm talking about nice, like, you know, my caliber, but I don't think he have any video games on there. But this is a video game channel, so I want to ask you, how did you and your children react to the first time they saw you in a video game?
Well, the first video game, my kids weren't even alive.
Okay.
So I was
That was
back. I mean, my oldest daughter, she was,
Okay.
but my other two, they weren't even around. But the first time when I had it, it was surreal, man, because being immortalized on a video game, it's like we got, because when we're in wrestling, everything moves so fast.
Yeah.
So they came and they did our head scan and they did pictures and everything like that. So I was like, all right, this is cool. And then a couple months later, it came out. And then when I looked at it, I was like, wow. Like, I've been living a dream for the past 30 years. of my
Man, you
life.
blessed,
I
bro.
said, I mean, I'm 100% blessed. And I think that it just keeps happening. I keep surrounding myself with good people.
Yeah.
And I keep working my ass off.
Man.
And things just keep coming. And I always say the harder I work, the luckier I get. Man, because seeing myself in that video game, it was just like, man, if there's a moment that you say, I made it.
Yeah. That's forever. A video game
Man.
is forever. I mean, also too, being in wrestling and, you know, now on YouTube, you're gonna live forever, but it's something different about a video game. Then you can say, hey, are you in a video game?
Yeah.
Can you control yourself? You mad at me? Go on and take some punches out, but make sure you buy that video game, you know?
You know, a lot of people, they say when they're on the video game, they want to make sure that they're the best so that people can play against them. But you know how it is with video games. Even if you're not the best, you can master a character and then still beat everybody because you know how to play against that character. Mine, on the other hand, is one of those characters that can just naturally beat everyone. So that even makes it better. Like, people want to play with me. So I see other people all the time. They're like, hey, man, I play you in the video game. And I'm like...
But also, too, this man made a cover of a video game. Not one, but two, but three. Like, back in the day, a cover superstar. You were like... that. Okay, you know, it's like so many main event matches, so many WrestleMania, so many all in the main events. But they can never, ever take away that you invented a video game cover, we say.
I know.
How does that feel? Do you have that poster in your house?
I do. I have it up in my office.
Okay.
And, you know, like I said before, it's just... I'm very blessed. And everything that I do, it's like every day it's a wow moment for me. And I was just telling somebody before, you know, just this arena.
Yeah.
Globe Life, just being in the ring
Yeah.
and looking up at this many people, it's just gonna, it's
crazy,
living
right?
a dream. I've said this probably a million times. Even some of the smaller arenas when we have just a few thousand people, I'm standing in the middle of the ring and it's like, not to take away from football or basketball or anything like that, but there's a lot of people in those sports. When we're wrestling, it's just me and one other guy and then the referee. Yeah. And I was like, man, everybody, all the attention's focused on me. And I was like, man, if there's not a greater stage than the pro wrestling stage, man, it's all it. And that's what we do, man, is we try to put on the biggest and best shows. And I get it from the energy from the crowd. Like, I'm an energy person. So when I walk out from the curtains, I feel so much energy and I just want to give it back. Man, it's like, I've truly been blessed and I've truly been living the dream for a long time. And I just want to continue going, man. I just never want this dream to end. And that's where I'm at, man, in my life. It's just amazing. Every day is amazing.
Bobby, thank you so much for your time. Make sure you go follow him. And also, make sure you catch Bobby in Texas, All In, and also on AEW with the Hurt Syndicate, because this man hurts people.
We hurt people.
Because he kind of hurt my hand. No, it's like... All right, before we get into the interview, I just want to tell you that it's some audio issues. It shouldn't affect it that much. It's a great interview. It's a lot of scratching because, you know, guys, we have long hair. So I think when it was moving and stuff, it was on my end or on Swerve's end. I don't know. I'm gonna say it's on my end. I take full responsibility for that. Just make sure y'all check out the interview. It is great. It's a fun interview. We talk about video games. We talk about mental health. Some great stuff in this interview. It's one of my favorite interviews, and I'm trying to bring more pro wrestling stuff to you guys on this channel. We're not getting rid of game hunting. We're not doing pro wrestling full time. Just gonna sprinkle in like more pro wrestling content. I want to give y'all guys a lot more value. Thank y'all for supporting me. Hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get to the interview. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Right Way here with somebody you know. This man is a hip-hop artist, rapper, mogul, video game star, video game lover. We're going to talk about that video games in a minute too. Also, got one of the best songs of 2024, Big Pressure, the former AEW World Champion, first Black AEW World Champion, Swerve. How you doing, brother?
Oh man, thank you for the introduction. Appreciate it.
No problem, brother. First thing we talk about, because this is a video game channel.
Yes, sir.
You blew the internet up in the video game world with your love for Mass Effect.
Yes, yeah. It was like one of the first on the jacket signed.
Wait, hold on.
Autographed by the voice actor. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Commanders. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's signed. It was like they were selling the jackets and everything at the LA Comic-Con.
Okay.
And I was like, wait, what's that one though? It was like, oh, that one's that one. And I was like, can I get it? What's the size? It was like, oh, XL. I was like, bring it off the hook.
Yeah.
And so it was just that simple. It was nothing crazy story behind it. It was just like at the Comic-Con, and there it was.
And there's Mass Effect. So is Mass Effect one of your favorite games?
The second one. That's the one I played like religiously.
Okay.
I breezed through the first one a little bit, but didn't complete it. And but the second one was where I was like I did everything I could in that game, bro. It was so long ago. I played it too, like over 10 years now.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot I don't remember from it, so that's one of the ones I got to brush up on and get back on. Like probably just like jump on the remaster and like, oh, I remember this. Oh, I didn't do this. I remember I should have done this, and then like just loving the ending. How there's like multiple different ways to like.
Don't spoil it, cause see, I haven't played it yet in all this time, but I hear so much good about it. But
it's incredible. It's like one of those ahead of its time games.
Okay.
Like a lot of those games, like PS2, PS3 games.
Yes.
Like they don't do anymore.
No.
You know, that's like 3 generations ago.
like Def Jam.
Yeah, they just don't do that kind of stuff anymore.
And they can't do it.
Metal Gear 3, like they don't do those innovative things anymore like that.
But it's coming back out, Metal Gear 3.
It is. We'll see what they like touched on it. I'm like, they shouldn't have touched that original. It's classic. Shouldn't have touched certain things on it. So like there's certain ways like you can kill a boss early in the game.
Oh yeah.
Like, or there's 3 ways you can get past the end. The sniper battle, things like that.
It's great, man. Because I said I love video games. Like our channel where we go look for video games, talk about them and stuff like that. Now, I want to know, how do you feel about? Is AEW Fight Forever your first video game you're in?
No, I was on WWE 2K.
That's right. Okay, so you got those 2 games. How do you feel about both of those games? Being in the game, first time being in the WWE game. What was your initial reaction being a video game fan?
It was the attention to detail on my character. First off, I started the game with the North American Championship.
Yes.
That was pretty cool. And just the attention to detail on the commentary, saying like I was former military. They were like bringing up the Sword City podcast. I'm like, wow, they are really like reaching into my not just my persona, but like me, you know, in the commentary. So I was really appreciative of like the attention to detail on those things. Like they gave me good respect on the rating at that time. Like
what was your rating at that time? I don't
like
remember.
an 80, 81.
Oh, that's
something
good.
Like that.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Like, coming from like 205 Live, that's pretty high.
That's really high.
You know, so I appreciate that time. Like I appreciate the level of attention they put into like Fight Forever even more though.
Yes.
Like it was up to date. Like the moveset was like way more spot on than I imagined. They really gave me a lot of good respect in that game. You know, even like putting like the gritty dances that I do. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like so they put a lot more attention like of things like that in the Fight Forever.
So were you a No Mercy guy or were you a Here Comes the Pain guy?
Here Comes the Pain all the way.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
all
that
the way.
PS2 game was just.
That's kind of like where it really
great.
got me started into loving pro wrestling. Yeah.
Now you know that what was it? The one right before.
Shut Your Mouth.
Shut Your Mouth. Yeah. That is actually kind of underrated. That roster on that game is
Unreal.
really underrated.
Unreal.
I was like, I went back because, Here Come the Pain gets all the love and no mercy. But like WrestleMania 2000, it's
Really good game. I
Really,
played
really
with Jericho a lot in that game.
Yeah,
Jericho, because that was like one of the finishers I could just get. I get the walls of Jericho anytime.
And then like you really do the and then go back to no mercy, do the double team moves with the Dudleys. You first figured that out. Like, how did I do that?
Exactly.
I was like,
Those
that
games,
was good.
it was like impossible to figure out how to do a move
Yes.
at those times, and then as we progress in the future, like it's just like one button, pow, got it. Like run at them, hit that button, go up top, hit that button,
The Swerve City podcast is doing great. Big fan of it, man.
thank you
great.
very
You got
much. Thank you very much.
great guests, and it's just you and Teasy just sitting, chilling, talking, two
Yeah.
brothers, and just like vibing and just talking about everything, wrestling, like sports, and tell me the creation of the podcast, and also too, what have you learned as being a podcaster and YouTuber, and how has that helped you as a performer?
Being as personal as possible and impressionable.
Okay.
That's where like a lot of my speaking skills have really actually improved since doing that. Like I learned it from Teasy because he went to school for journalism, so I kind of like branched off of like playing off of him. Understanding people, learning people, like bringing more out of people than they know themselves. Scaring them, getting them interested. Like as a competition goes, like I got to interview Dominic Wilkins in his home, and just like getting more out of him than the typical Dominic probably done a million interviews over the last 30, 40 years. But like getting more out of them, getting them to laugh, getting people to laugh. When you get them to laugh, the wall comes down a little bit.
Yeah.
You enjoy especially like setting a scenery. Like women, when you're interviewing women and stuff, they want to be in a comfortable spot. They want to be like in a place where they feel like they're not like coming at them in a certain way. You want to make them comfortable, and then like once again get them laughing, get them enjoying. Then they kind of like express more, and then they're more expressive, things like that. Like also giving them that respect and like not knowing to like get more information, but also not like crossing boundaries. Not like trying to cut through in a sharp way where you're like, okay, now I'm like, and then when you do that, then you're like, oh, okay, let's bring them back. Safe zone.
Yeah, safe zone.
Things like that.
What do you love about the podcast? Besides, getting impressionable?
Getting my friends around.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'll also like to make sure, like, what I love about it is like making things like educational.
Yes.
Like you come to our channel and watch these interviews because you can learn something. Like, oh wow, I didn't not just learn about the person, but you can learn something that like they've done to get to the place they're at. Through these methods, they're doing these things, and like, oh, if I'm stuck in like if you're watching and you're like, not even just through wrestling or entertainment, just like in life and business, if you're stuck in a situation you don't know how to move, watching our interviews, you can educate yourself and like, okay, let me try this method because it worked for them, and that's where they pushed through that wall and then became who they are, or like personal lessons in life, lessons in just like mental health, lessons in like learning new things about like, oh, I didn't know that about these like mediums and things like that. It's educational, and taking advice from people that are like actually doing it. Maybe that's the one step you needed to start doing something, whatever it is that you want to do.
And speaking of mental health too, like mental health in our community is very, very important. Always a big advocate for mental health. So if you got something going on, talk to somebody, get some help.
Yeah.
How is your mental health now since you're over this past year? We've seen the evolution of Swerve Strickland, from just like here to like here.
Yeah.
And it's also too the story of it. And how's all that playing in the mental health and all that? How does it? Where are you at right now mentally?
Mentally, it's a certain there's certain times it's taxing, where like it can affect your personal life. There's things like I have two little girls, like not little anymore, 15 and 13 years old.
Okay.
So these are big kids.
Yeah.
But they're turning into women and having to have that conversation about why Dad wasn't there as much as he could be, and like why I missed out on this, but I was able to do these things, and then like families and like broken home type conversations. Those are becoming more and more real, and I can't play the guard up anymore. I have to be vulnerable. I have to allow them to feel comfortable expressing themselves to me, and then eventually, like, we get over it. We get through it. We get on the other side of those conversations and that held in, pent up, pain and anger and frustration over these things. Eventually, we do get past it, and then we can go back to being that. But like, as they grow, they understand.
They understand. That's good. Yeah.
But all you can do is just, like, as soon as they, like, if they feel comfortable talking, and I open and listen. It's not about like telling them they're right or wrong. Just understanding their feelings and hearing that, and then I gotta take that, and I gotta understand. I gotta put myself in their perspective too. It's not all about like my perspective; it's about theirs, and especially with their girls. Like,
that's got to be,
it's girls. Like, I gotta handle it different. I gotta handle it different. I can't. Like, wrestling, I can go at my problems with brawn and brute strength. Girls, I can't do that.
You gotta be soft.
I gotta be soft. I gotta open my arms more. I want them to lay their head on my shoulder and let them know that it's okay. Yeah. Like, even if I'm upset or you're upset, we can still come together. So it's those things. Mental health was probably the most taxing thing over the year. Okay. It's like, with all that success, cool, I'm in the limelight, but back here, I'm like, oh, there's some hurt and pain that I'm enduring with my family, and like that kind of thing too. So that, I would say, but mental health now is like, okay, like,
that's good. That's
good. Like, sometimes I lay off, and then like I'll get the text like, hey Dad, like, can we do this? I'm like, okay. And then, like, and it gets a little more. Yeah. And it gets a little more, but it's
the line. Hey.
It gets a little more of just like the patience. It's the patience game. Yes. Patience and understanding, and just being welcoming.
Cool. Yeah. And also too, now you got some shoes coming out, right?
Yeah. So that's something that's a discussion I have to hold off on until a certain drop happens.
Okay. I saw you.
We are on the way.
Oh, we're on the way.
We're on the way. I wear the prototypes every week on television.
I see them, man. They look dope, man. You gave Tony the first pair.
Yeah. Literally, that was the day. I got them.
You took them. I'm like, oh, here you go. And like,
won the championship and gave them to my boss.
And also, too, main eventing. How does it feel, the main event, a stadium show? Like, next year, do you plan to be back here being in the main event? I know you're going to plan on being on the show.
That's always the goal.
You're going to be on the show probably, right?
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Like, with the main eventing all in was just like, that's one of the things. It's like, okay, I got the range. I can't just perform. I got to exceed. I got to overperform. Yes. I got to make sure, like, it makes an impact. And Forbidden Doors, where I was like people knew Swerve arrived as a champion in the main event. Like, it's probably one of the best main events that we've had in the company's history. And I'll take that with anybody. That's quality with me and Will.
Y'all tore it up and told a great story. I mean,
yes, sir.
I think one thing about you as a performer that a lot of people appreciate is you tell really good stories. You tell a story where if somebody doesn't watch AEW, like, oh, who is that guy? And what is he doing? Mm-hmm. Oh, I
feel like that's every episode. I have to. I always go in with the mindset of like, these people don't know who and why we're here. Mm-hmm. Give them a reason to know and understand and feel why they're here and why you should continue watching them. Why you should want to talk to these people. Why you I always try to give that understanding of like who, what, where, why, when, and whether it's a minute promo and a minute and a half, or it's like a 3-minute match, or I'm going 30 minutes.
Okay.
Always give that understanding, and that's why I've really gotten to that space of performing and competing when I stopped studying wrestling and I started understanding people.
Good quote.
I had to really understand what makes a person fear, which is where I went into like home invasions and that.
That was some crazy stuff, man.
Because that's a real fear.
Yeah.
Like someone being in your home and you don't know, and there's nothing you can do about it. That's a real fear. And then getting people to like sympathize, house being burned down, getting person to like feel like they're right when they're wrong when they're right. Getting people to understand, like even divide people's emotions, like the Hangman Swerve cage match. When me and Will, it's like understanding what I'm fighting for, what you're fighting for, what it's doing to me as I fight and defend this. You're not ready for what comes with this. I'm saying this as a friend. You're not ready for that. Yeah. But I'm gonna teach you out here. You're
gonna learn today.
And afterwards, I'm like, you're still the best. You're still one of the best I've ever been in the ring with. But your time will come. But right now, it's me. And that's what a champion should feel. Like right now, is my time. I'm not giving it away. You got to come take it. But understand, there's another level for Will to go. And now that carves a path for Will's growth as a person and as a competitor. And then that starts my ascension as like an eventer. So I always want, like, coming out of these things, how is each person supposed to feel? You know, so it's like when I start understanding people is where, like, that light bulb, that second, third light bulb, because I've had like 10 of them. But this year, I've definitely had like another clip to go on. You know what I mean?
And we're gonna close it out. If you could be any video game world,
Video game world is dangerous, bro.
Yeah, I know.
There's a lot of death in these games.
I know. But if you could be like, they come to you and say, hey, we want to put you in something besides Mass Effect, what would you want to be in?
Man, there's something that I can't die in. Like, man, put me in Animal Planet. I don't know. Like, like somewhere just like,
besides
put me in Little Big Planet or put me in something like nice and cool and like fluffy and like, you know, something cool. Like Mario World would be cool, but I don't know. There's like they take over kingdoms and mushrooms and all this shit.
What about, okay, then let's say
I think go somewhere nice.
Yeah, somewhere nice. Okay, then what is your favorite system of all time?
Oh, PlayStation 2.
PlayStation 2. You PlayStation 2 guy?
2. Yeah,
Okay.
the 2.
Then I tell people that jump from PlayStation 1 to PlayStation 2 was crazy.
It was.
And you had to be there. It was like just.
It was that was the last, like, it felt like appointment TV.
Yeah, it was
like appointment TV.
Yeah, like, did you stand in line to get one?
I think like it was like my sister's dad brought home one. I don't know how it happened, what he did to get it, but he brought home one. I was in that era.
He's okay.
Like, oh, he brought home some stuff. I'm like,
Some stuff.
Don't worry about
Don't worry
it.
about it. Yeah.
Like, you know, I come from that era.
Yeah, okay.
Y'all know about like.
No, I know about that era.
Yeah, mom's boyfriend just brought over like.
Mom's
boyfriend brought over like a new. We got a new couch. We got a new dog. What do we
Hey,
get?
that's
Don't worry
how-
about it. We celebrating tonight.
Hey, that's how I got NBA Street. I was like,
How do we get the?
how you get these? Like, he just had.
We
I
got
went on my
two PlayStation games I never heard of.
Dude,
What?
I went on my friend's house. Yo, yeah, I got these games. Where you get it from? Don't ask about that. You want one?
Yeah.
What's how much?
You want them or what?
20. Yes, here you go.
Yeah.
Don't-
Coming in disc.
yeah.
Where's the case? Where's the book? Like, don't worry about it.
Hey, that's that barbershop, man.
Yeah, so like I come from that era.
Yeah. Y'all don't know about the era.
Yeah.
It was a good era. It was good.
It was a good time, man. Those were good Christmases too.
Oh my
Cause
goodness.
then there was no price tag on nothing. You just had it.
Had it, yeah.
You just got it.
And then when you got a job, you gotta buy your own stuff.
Lord
And
knows.
them bills keep coming. Man, but Swerve, man, good speaking to you, brother.
Thank you
Man,
very
all
much.
the great
Appreciate
success, brother. And we're talking
Thank
video
you.
games. That jacket, man,
And
that jacket was clean.
I love it. It's one of those songs like I gotta bring this out another time, bro.
Dude.
I'm retired for the time being.
Dude, I was like,
They had a Green Arrow jacket too, which was cold. It was cold, but like there's something about the massacre one speaking to me.
see y'all next time. guys.
Normandy, something about that Normandy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Busted. Oh, wrong show.
No,
Wrong show. We are here at Global Life Field with Thunder Rosa. How are you doing, Thunder?
The caffeine is wearing off.
I know.
I woke up at what, 5:45 5:40 this morning. It was like 5 hours.
Okay.
And then I had to like bring all the energy. 'Cause, you know, as a Texas ambassador, I have to make sure people know.
I got two busted open ladies over here. I don't know who
I know. No, it does make sense. Sandwich.
busted open sandwich. See, it makes me smile a little bit too much. I'm turning purple. No. All right, let's go.
All right.
So, yeah, I know the caffeine is wearing off with me too, because I'm like 6:30. I said, oh, I gotta make this because it's.
Well, you live here, right?
I live here. I live about like an hour. Well, with traffic, an hour away. I kept getting up and like, okay, 6 o'clock. Oh, traffic good. Then I got back up again. Oh yeah, an hour 30 minutes. I said,
An hour and 30 minutes?
traffic is crazy trying to get here.
Well, it's like any metropolitan area. Like I was in Chicago, it took me forever to get from one point to another. New York, don't even name it. Mexico City, fuck me. LA, go and shoot yourself because that's just impossible to get anywhere. So you have to plan not by distance,
Okay.
but the time that it will take you to get to your destination. So, damn, Shakira's gonna be here too.
Yeah.
Wow, Shakira's everywhere.
See,
Them hips don't lie.
Oof.
The hips don't lie.
Hey.
Yeah.
But she ain't got a taco blog though.
No. But she got millions of dollars though.
Give me some of that money too,
know,
right?
I
I'll get some. That buy a lot of tacos,
Yeah.
right? A lot of stuff. But let's speak about that. So you have a famous taco blog.
Yes.
All right. You said you're not going to have time to do Dallas, but tell us about this taco blog.
Well, the taco blog, it was an idea that grew about 4 years ago, 2021. I remember the first one that I did was in Boston by myself. I was just sit down reviewing tacos, and then I was like, well, how about I just invite anyone, you know, at this point to like come and enjoy a meal with me. I think for me, in you know, being from Mexican culture, like a lot of our good conversations, especially during the holidays, it was around food, right? And when I went to Japan, some of the most fun moments that I have was when I was with fans having dinner. And it was hours and hours of like having fun, drinking, just joking around. And what a better way to get all the tea than feeding someone, because they're like, they get so involved in the flavors and the smells and just talking about, you know, the food, and then you start talking about personal stuff that sometimes they just open up and they tell you things that they probably didn't want to tell someone, and they end up telling you. So the taco blog has been that.
You got it.
But it's not like I don't do things to like, to just try to get like the TT, just trying to get to know them to another level, and for you guys to meet them in a more personal level. Yeah.
Good. So, AEW All In Texas is going to be here.
Yeah.
What are your plans? Also, just tell me about how much AEW has meant to you, because we saw you NWA, then you just busted on the scene at AEW, and they can't let you go. You don't want to go. We don't want you to go. We want you to stay here. They try to do you. No, we want Thunder Rosa here. But what does it actually mean to you?
Well, it's been a wonderful platform for me to show to the world what Thunder Rosa is capable of, and also what the Thunder Army has been able to do with professional wrestling. Because as you know, I'm a big advocate for women's empowerment just in general, and women's professional wrestling. And I feel like a lot of the times, like the hardcore Thunder Army, the hardcore fans have helped me go through a lot. And when things were tough and during my injury, like they were the ones who uplifted me. I have a group of 150 fans that were there from like the beginning until now. And they're the ones who like always advocate for me. And with AEW, the family grew a little bit bigger, so that's been really nice. And I think in many ways, AEW has been a beacon for women like me to go to the next level.
Thunder Rosa, how did you feel when you got your first figure?
I cried. I still have a video on my phone, and I look at it to remind myself how important the things that I'm doing are for just women's wrestling and for mi gente, for mi raza, for the people.
Yes.
You know, stay brown, baby.
That's right.
And just having not a Barbie, an action figure where girls and boys play with it. It's freaking awesome.
I mean,
I have
that's
5. I'm like, I have 5.
Yeah, she said
one more.
She got 5.
It's like my dresses. I have so many dresses, so many hats, so many cowboy boots. I don't even name it.
So what is your favorite figure yourself? And also, what is your go-to taco when you're in town?
My favorite figure probably will have to be the, oh my God, the Lights Out match.
Okay.
That one, the Blood and Guts. That's a really cool one. And the first one too, of course, because it's the first one.
Okay.
My go-to taco, it depends on the city I go to though. But you can never go wrong with a steak taco or carne asada taco.
Okay.
You can't. But if you go to a more exotic place, you have to try whatever is like the in. I've had some really great tacos and I have some really bad tacos. Al pastor, I love al pastor, but because sometimes it can be cooked not the proper way.
Yeah.
You can get sick. So.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
No, thank you.
All in Texas, you make sure they go follow Thunder Rosa too, and go buy a taco.
Yes. Taco Tuesdays. Get your tacos. Sometimes it's 2 for 1. There you go.